Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Neverland. I am Matt, aka Zor, host of the system, and I know it's been a really long time since we've done a video, so I kind of wanted to do this to talk about something fairly sensitive. May was Mental Health Awareness Month, and I made the decision, we as a system did, but through my social media things, to come out about our dissociative identity disorder. We had talked to a few family members already before that point, but most were generally unaware of it. And we made this open post at the end of that month saying, hey, everyone knows somebody with mental health issues or mental illness of some sort, be it depression, anxiety, OCD, whatever. And said, if you think you don't, you do, because I do. And we flat out said, hey, this is what it is. That went well. I got several positive responses, but it also had a negative to it. And that's kind of what I want to talk about when you come out with this kind of thing. And what we need to do as people fighting for this, for awareness and for understanding for other people, because I was not prepared for the fallout of that entirely. I expected some people would freak out, some people won't have anything to do with us. I mean, that had already happened anyway since it came out and since it was known. And then again, even more recently, with friends who said they supported us and said they're with us, turn around and said, this is demonic, we can't have anything to do with you. We've had that happen before. So I was expecting to lose some. What I wasn't expecting is on my Facebook alone, we lost 100 of the 300 people that were following my Facebook. And that includes some family members and a lot of friends and a lot of people I just knew through other connections, through other, be it school or groups, whatever. And while a lot of that isn't personal and it didn't bother me too much, the sheer volume of it did. So, I don't know, this was a very off-the-cuff thing, so I'm sorry if I ramble a bit. But I kind of want to discuss what this means for me, host, and us as a system, and really why it didn't have the negative impact that I thought it would initially when I was originally shocked by it. When I mentioned 100 people gone overnight, I literally mean within 24 hours, 100 people gone on our list, including a cousin who said that, because of their own issues, or family issues, they didn't want to deal with that kind of thing and felt it was not a good relation to pursue or something like that effect. Which, whatever, I disagree with them. I think it's a terrible position, but that's their decision. That's their life. At least they were honest enough to tell me, hey, this is what's going on and we don't want to be involved with this. I can respect that. And so I posted this on my Facebook page, and about a week later, I knew some rumors were getting around family, aunts, uncles, cousins, etc. So I went on a group we have just for our family and posted there a little bit more in detail because it's private, just family at that point, to kind of quell that. And that seemed to go much better. I got a lot more positive responses there than I did on my own page, despite having a lot less members there. So that was kind of nice. But what it's really made me aware of is that we have to be careful. Sorry, I was turning my mic down a little bit because it's coming in hot. We have to be kind of careful when we disclose things. And I imagine people who've been through some sort of coming out process for any reason, be it an illness, mental illness, sexual orientation, whatever. Anyone who's been through that kind of process probably understands the anxiety before, after, and during that entire system of processing all these emotions and these reactions. It was something I was a little unprepared for, and I kind of wish I had been a little bit more prepared for before we did this. In the end, I'm glad we did. It's very freeing to be able to speak more openly about things, and it makes kind of part of the purpose we've kind of set this channel up for. And a lot of the posts we made on social media, both as a system and in individuals within our system on our own pages, it kind of put into perspective why we need this so much. So I want kind of a couple of pieces of advice, if I can. I don't know if this is really great advice, but it's something I think that people who are in a similar situation for any reason should probably consider. First, you'll get more support than you realize. We did, I have, and often it comes from very unexpected places. Second, you're going to have a lot more fallout than you expect, and potentially more than the support you get. We saw both ends of that. But that's more a reflection on those people than it is on you. And what I mean by that is we have people who flat out rejected us and said, never go away, we don't want anything to do with you, even making very heinous comments about it. We've discussed some of that before, and I mentioned some of it earlier. But these people claim to be very loving, very supportive people, and very, compassionate people. Yet when push comes to shove, sometimes they don't. They don't act like it. They don't back it with their deeds. That's part of life. Part of being open about something that people will find weird and odd and wrong to them is having to accept that some people simply won't accept you. Before you say anything, be aware that that's something you're going to need to face and be ready for. And the last thing I would say is do some research, feel some things out. We did this. We felt things out there was a cousin that I was talking to for several months, and he was amazing through that process. He didn't know that's what I was about to do, but I was able to bounce off him and come out to him in that way and explain some things going on with our system and stuff. And that made the process of telling other people easier. Talk with someone you trust, someone you think is okay, someone that won't shame you or judge you or be critical or mean to you, because that gives you immense confidence that you will really need in this process. The other thing I think is important is, and this is more of a personal side for us and for me, this has shown me exactly why this channel, what I'm doing here, even though I haven't done much with it and we really want to, but this is why the kind of stuff that us and those who've done before us have done is so damn critical. There's a lot of misconception, there's a lot of misunderstanding, there's a lot of just hatefulness, a lot of, well, this doesn't fit my mold, so I'm going to call you this and then just stay away from me. There's a lot of this kind of misunderstanding and mistreatment of what mental illness is and what it isn't, and the treatment people get for it because people don't understand it is something that we want to fight to change. That's the whole reason we do this channel. We don't want to just tell people about what dissociative identity disorder is and isn't. We want people to see that it's not so abnormal. Yeah, there are elements of it that some people may think is really weird. Some people may find them, wrong in their thinking. And that's okay. Everyone's entitled to their own belief on that, and that's fine. But we need to get to a place of compassion and understanding to where we can say, hey, listen, something's going on with you. I don't understand it. I think this is wrong, whatever, but I can at least look at you and say, as a human being, I respect you and the human dignity that everyone gets, you should still be afforded. And the way people are today, sometimes that doesn't happen. And that's not a mark against any one person or any system of people or anything. This is just a general societal thing. We see this from all spectrums of walks of life and all spectrums of beliefs. This isn't anything unusual or unique to any group of people. But it can change, and it needs to change. People with mental illness are far more likely to be victims of crimes than be criminals, despite that we hear every time we see something on the TV, well, this person has a mental illness, so they did this. These are the kind of perceptions that cause these bad things. These are the reasons why we fight. This is the reason why we try to do this channel, to talk about these things. Because too many people have gone through what we did and didn't have the positive side of it because people didn't understand or weren't willing to. And people before us that took a whole lot more risk and a lot more negativity from it made it that much easier for us. We want to do that for next people. I've asked on here before for questions. We've actually got a couple I've written down from other, from people. Some people have emailed in, some left comments, some have come through Twitter. I'm compiling these into a list. We're going to try to figure out how we want to approach all these because some of them are really, really good. And that's what we need. We need people to open conversation. We need people not to be sensitive about it. We need people not to feel scared of asking questions. And we need people not to be scared of answering them. We need people that are willing to be out and open about this. It's kind of why we put it on my Facebook and why we put it on our Twitter, why we've done this channel. It's a big risk. It causes a lot of contention with a lot of people. But it's a fight that we're willing to take because there's a lot more people than just us out there. Common estimates say 1 to 3% of the population has DID alone. That's just one mental health condition. One. That's 3 to 9 million people in America alone. Most of whom will never get the support they need. And that's tragic. We need to change that. So, yeah, this is kind of more of an update, I guess. And just sort of saying, hey, we're still here. Here's what we're trying to do. Here's why we're doing it. And to thank you guys for those who have commented, sent questions. We're going to get to those, I promise. And to thank you for subscribing to our channel, for giving us a little bit of your time. And for all those who were supportive and compassionate and caring and have been there before and after we've made this public, thank you so much. You have no idea how much that's worth. That means the world to us. I guess we're going to let's go here. It's a short video, but I just want to get those things kind of out there and to let you know that we're still working on things. I know it's it's kind of hard way things are going on around life and everything. But we do want to have. We're going to try to get a couple of videos out, probably by March. I think we want. There's 2 or 3 I want to try to get out in that time frame. But for those who are struggling with this, who aren't so open, or who've addressed it only in safe places and in safe communities, know that you're not alone. There are people like us there are millions of us. There are people like us out there who care, and there are people in your lives that will care and be compassionate and helpful. Find those people, find those safe places. If there's something you can do to go be yourself, go find it, go do it. You owe it to yourself and your system. It is incredible how much little things really matter so much. That's something we're experimenting with and learning with now too. We're trying to figure out whom we can talk to and how, and find those times to be ourselves, both me and all the rest of us in the system. That's something incredibly important. The integrative process of kind of pushing everyone more connected together and growing together more in a teamwork sense only happens by doing those things. So take the step, do it. It's hard, and if that doesn't involve coming out and being open about it, that's fine too, but do what you need to for yourself. And for those of you who know somebody with this, be loving, be compassionate, be understanding. That's all we need. A little bit of acceptance, a little bit of allowance for the weird things, things you won't like. It's really that simple. Those things are worth more than your weight in gold, honestly. Peace of mind is absolutely imperative and so damn critical. But again, thank you for watching, thank you for your time, and we'll try to be better about updating this more often. Have a good day, everyone.